friends, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Fort Worth Roots. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. You can find us on all streaming services, Pandora, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. We also have video episodes on YouTube, social media, and all of those streaming services. Just look for Fort Worth Roots. We pop up really quick. Today's episode is recorded out at McFly's Pub. We do this every Tuesday, where we invite a special guest out. We provide special drink offers and all sorts of shenanigans, but we also have an audience mic set up, and this is really fun for us. You can get involved with our guests, ask questions while we're recording with them, and then towards the end of the recording or the interview, you guys can jump on and plug your business, plug your 501c, talk about your upcoming gig, whatever you want to do. This is just another way that we're trying to connect the community, and we would love for you guys to come out Tuesdays at McFly's, 5 to 7. There's no cover, and we just started a new thing. We're going to see how expensive this gets, but as of right now, we're buying your third drink. So come on out to McFly's Pub, have a great time with us, and I'm not encouraging you to drink, but if you do, have 3 drinks. The third one will be on Fort Worth Roots, so something to keep in mind. And then after the show is over, we've got Tommy, Luke, and Dippy Dog for their open mic. Starts at 7 o'clock every Tuesday as well. So we clear the stage and we let Tommy take over. So if you're a musician, this is a great night for you as well. Stay tuned to the very end so that you can hear a little bit about our sponsors, the people in our community that are making a difference and helping us keep our lights on here at the Fort Worth Roots podcast. If you'd like to just look it up yourself, you can go to fortworthroots.com, and on our website, we've got a trusted sponsors tab. Click on that, and you've got home services, bars and restaurants, all sorts of good stuff. And we're trying to expand on that list. If you are a business owner and you'd like to be on that trusted sponsors list, please hit us up. media@fortworthroots is our email, and we'd love to talk to you about that. February 14th, we do have the Fort Worth Dating Show. If you've ever seen clips or maybe you even watched it whenever it was still on television, the 1970s dating show. We're going to do a version of that. We're going to do it every month. If you'd like to be a contestant on the dating show, let us know. Email us at media@fortworthroots.com. This is actually getting put on by the Body Scrubbery. Our friend Michelle is doing this with us. So it's her thing, but somehow I got looped into handling all the registration. So anyway, media@fortworthroots.com. And in the subject line, type LOVE so I know what you want. Today we sat down with Kyle Ross and Kendi Jean and the Velvet Smoke Show. This was a fun recording, and I'm really enjoying these Tuesdays out at McFly's, and I hope that you'll pick one and join us. During this episode, we play a little bit of recorded music right in the middle of the episode. So far, it's my favorite Kendi Jean and the Smoke Show, Velvet Smoke Show tracks, and then at the very end, we have some live music for you that they played for us after our recording. The Rodecaster just was not an option, so the audio that you get for the live performance is coming off the GoPro. It's not great, but it did work, and I was able to clean it up just a little bit, so hope you enjoy that. But go check them out online, Kendi Jean Music. All right, that's enough talking out of me. Thank you to everyone that came out and made last Tuesday special. We truly appreciate that. There will be another cash drawing next Tuesday. We've got the McGrath Project coming out to do a album release party. That's going to start at 5 and go to 7, and it's going to be a good time. Hope you can make it out. Okay, without any further ado, give it up for Kendi Jean and the Velvet Smoke Show and Kyle Ross, and let's start the show! All right, folks, thanks for joining us. I've got Kendi Jean and Kyle. I don't know your last name, sir.
Ross. Kyle Ross.
Kyle Ross.
With the sauce.
Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. This is something that we kicked off 2 weeks ago, and, 3 weeks now. Now, y'all are our third guest here for the every Tuesday at McFly's.
Nice.
We've got a charm.
Yeah, as always. We've got a drawing tonight. We're going to be giving away a cash prize. People that are in the audience are going to be giving, they're going to be putting in 2 tickets. One's going in the spinny thing that gets announced on Monday. The other one's going in the hat. The hat is just for the people in the audience. So we're going to try to increase these winnings for you guys. And next week, we're also going to be doing Fort Worth Roots pays for your third drink. It's clever if you think about it.
I like it. Free drink.
Kendi, Kyle, thank y'all for being here. And
thank you.
let's get into the actual show now. I got to do a little bit of audience work, but so I got to say, just off the bat, thank you so much for all of the effort you put into promotion. You were really on top of that.
Cool. Thanks.
And, I talked to you about this briefly before, but you got two different types of musicians. You got musicians that just play music, and then you got musicians that do that also, but they know how to market and run a business.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a small business, isn't it?
It is, but music is the art, but to me, the promo and all of that is kind of an art as well, because it's all my brand, and I'm trying to paint a picture with the music, but the marketing behind it kind of just it adds structure to the music. It paints the same picture to me, so it's all part of the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I actually have a person on the marketing team at Hoppin that saw the graphic that you gave me, and I gave it to him, and he goes, "Oh, well, where'd you get this?" Because my graphics don't look anything like yours. You do. You have an artful eye for sure.
I like it.
So, how long have you been in the Fort Worth area?
I've lived in Fort Worth pretty much my whole life. So I was born in Detroit. So I say I was Motown born and Cowtown raised. I moved here when I was like 4.
Yeah.
So I lived here. I lived in the mid-cities and grew up and went to school in the mid-cities. And then I've lived in Keller. I've lived in Fort Worth. I've lived in West Fort Worth and Aledo for 8 years, raising my kiddos. And now I'm back in West Fort Worth. So
awesome. Kyle, how about you, man?
I was born in Abilene, raised in East Texas.
Oh, shit. How old are you? Do we know each other?
I'm 38.
Okay. So I went to Abilene High.
I moved away when I was 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you were born at Hendrick.
Yeah, I was born at Hendrick. Got a little mug still from there, I guess. And then,
is it a mug or is it like that plastic thing?
No, it's like a clear glass mug thing. Yeah,
I love it.
Lived in East Texas and south of Tyler. And then,
what's south of Tyler?
It's spelled like soup, but it's troop.
Okay, it's just like it's just woods and like one lonely post office.
It's like Tyler, and then there's White House, and then there's Troop.
Huh.
So I was out there, and then moved up here. Lived in like brief stint in South Florida because of my dad's job, and then high school was up here in this area.
Okay.
So up here.
We're really trying to get back over to Troop. So the Troop music scene, if you're hearing this, reach out
for you. Yeah.
Right.
What's the population in Troop? Troop Soup.
The year is a higher number than the population.
Well, sure. And how long have you been in Fort Worth? Or the area?
Yeah, the area I've been in since 2001, 2002.
Okay.
So
this is your backyard now.
Yeah.
I moved here about 15 years ago. I'd have to do the math. I'm not going to do that right now. It's getting late.
There's no need, really.
Yeah, who cares? But there's something special about people that came from a different place, found Fort Worth, and said, this is home. Mm-hmm. You've got these other people. You know who you are. That were born and raised here and never left and have never been outside of the zip code. And I think there's something special about that too, but I like our brand.
We chose it.
I like our brand. Yeah, we chose it.
Yeah,
we picked it.
It's cozy here though.
It is.
It's
I wouldn't
so
want to live
friendly.
anywhere else.
No, I went to school in Florida, so I went away to college and I came back and I missed it the whole time.
What'd you go to school for?
I went originally on a choir vocal scholarship, and then I dropped that pretty quickly and just went into like advertising, but I'd changed like 9 times, 9 different times, and I didn't end up graduating completely from there.
Well, you beat me. I did like 1 semester in community college. It was like, I'll join the Army.
Well, that's a choice. I was like, I literally don't want to make a choice. I'm not going to clip my wings. I really had no idea. I think my ADD was like, if I choose one thing, I'll never get to choose anything else. And I had this like panic about it. And I didn't want to get stuck doing one thing that I didn't like. Yeah. And I like so many different things. So I came back here and I did a lot of artsy stuff. I went to UTA for a couple semesters. I went to North Texas for a couple semesters, usually in the arts. So I was doing like graphic design or something in the arts, art history for a little while. I never went back to music major. I think I got burnt out because I was so classically trained for a really long time, and I knew in my heart I didn't want to do anything class. I didn't want to be a choir teacher. I didn't want to be doing anything like in the orchestras, or I like the creative part of writing music. And what I'm getting to do now is like exactly what I didn't know I could actually do back then and make like a career out of.
Well, I'm glad you went the route you did. Do you think you had like a mean choir teacher that made you think, I don't want to be like her or him?
I was definitely the black sheep, I guess. I'm historically, I think, and I don't even want this to get out, but it's gonna have to. And he's like, now that I'm an adult, he's actually come to one of our shows.
That is
and he's
awesome.
so nice, and he really is a great guy. He's a great guy, and at the time, I think we were just misunderstanding each other because he thought that I was acting out, and I was just very much an ADD child and just kind of blurted things, and people thought I was funny, and I wasn't trying to be a class clown. You
couldn't help
it got
yourself.
misconstrued as I wasn't taking it seriously, but I made all-state choir, which in Texas is really hard to do.
Oops,
as a
I'm funny
junior.
and I'm talented.
I was like, I made the top 5 of Texas, but then I didn't make our elite choir. It's like voted in, and because he thought I was going to be a behavior problem of some sort. I'm like, do you know what these other kids are doing?
I don't
It's like
see
band
that
camp
now,
out
but
here.
Kyle, you don't look like a troublemaker. Were you a good student?
Depends on which school I was at. That's the difference.
I don't know what fell. It's okay.
That's my hat.
No one died.
Okay, cool. No, what's funny is you remember like that one, like that first big lie that you told your parents that's like you've I don't know, maybe it stuck with you forever.
I'm trying to think.
Mine was choir. Like the choir teacher that I had in 6th grade, we're 6th graders singing like Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't like these like nursery songs, and I did not want to get in front of the school to sing it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I told my mom that the choir concert was canceled, and she was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I was like, "Yeah,
Yours didn't go.
There was something wrong with the auditorium, and they had to reschedule it."
Sounds
It was like,
broken.
somewhere.
Here comes a dad joke. So Jimmy cracked corn, and you didn't care.
I did not.
That's right.
Yeah. So no, and in school I was good in the grades that you count, and then once it was college, I was pretty stupid. So I went to Art Institute of Dallas and for advertising design, and I was.
So at what point did you start getting into music? Were you always kind of fiddling around?
Yeah, even in high school, I was like trying to do bands and things like that, and I was in band in high school. But I was in metal bands for the longest, up until like right before I got married. And then once I got married, I was like, I'm going to do praise and worship for a little while.
Right. Your wife was like, no more Satan.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even that. It was no more touring. She was like, it was one tour when we were married, like right after I got married, and that was like enough. She was like, this is not cool. so
But
yeah.
I mean, in her defense, they have littles that are like back to back.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've
no.
got 3 that are like all like right now. This is the time of year where they sound like they're 1 year apart. So they're 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
So
Like,
yeah, and to her credit too, like the band that I was in, it was like they promised me you was gonna make a lot of money and we're gonna be great, and they like go on the tour with them, and they would come back and they would like owe them money somehow, you know. And you're like, oh, this didn't work out.
you need to pay us for your hotels.
Right,
Like, well,
yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah,
What about all the money we made?
right. So, but yeah, and then I started. Yeah, after about a year ago or so is when I was like, I'm gonna start trying to find something in the area to do. And
Yeah.
So by a friend of a friend, I ended up finding Kendi. So
Yeah.
That's awesome. And how long ago was this?
it was my first show with them was March of last year. So
I'm glad you know, because I was going to math real fast. I was
Yeah.
like, I wonder when it was.
I got it framed on my wall. You know?
You do. It's tattooed on his arm.
Right.
Excuse me while I butcher this. Velvet Smoke Show?
Yeah. That's not butchering.
You
Okay.
didn't butcher it all.
It's pretty memorable.
I I'm always worried about messing people's names up or.
No,
Usually when I tell
that's it.
people, I'm like, they're like, what band are you in? I'm Kendi Jean and the Velvet Smoke Show. And of course you are. All right. It's like, yeah, works.
It's just a funny name.
Yeah.
It's ironic.
Let's play some music for him.
All right.
Let's see. We patched this together. You know what? This is a perfect segue for saying thank you to Matthew Stephen Jones, who set this up for us, and he contacted me and he's like, "Hey, do you need any files?"
He's so thorough. He's like my spirit animal. Like he really is like a family member. We talk almost every day, and we have code names for each other, which I won't divulge.
Well, no, they're code names. You can't give that away. But anyway, so I got into our file that we had on Dropbox, and I was like, no, I don't have those files. So Kendi did her witchcraft over there with the phone and made it appear on my screen. So we do have it. But anyway, Matthew Stephen Jones, thank you so much. I've known him almost to the day as long as this show's been going on.
Oh, wow.
And we've been doing this for 5 years.
He's just really interwoven into this whole Fort Worth music scene. And I mean, I don't know many people that don't know who he is.
Yeah.
And he does a really special job behind the scenes, which gets misconstrued a lot because he does booking and people are like, well, he's my booking agent.
Yeah.
He's like, well, he's not our booking. He works for the venues.
Yeah.
And so I think he gets a lot of flack because people are like, well, you're supposed to book me. He's like, well, I'm supposed to book the venues. And he's so good about it. I'm like, dude, every day I'm like, I don't know how you have the patience you do because people sometimes just aren't very kind. And he really is just really passionate about making things happen for making people's dreams come true. It's kind of sounds cheesy, but it really, I've heard him say it so many times that it feels very genuine.
And he's kind of the wizard behind the curtain for me because I have been talking to him for the entire length and it's always been through text messages.
Yeah.
And Facebook Messenger and things like that. I've never heard his voice.
You haven't?
I don't know what he actually looks like.
Yeah.
So, Matthew, even if I have to make the trip, let me know, man.
He looks like Jared Leto a little bit.
Okay.
Just kidding.
No. Forever, that's the image I'll have in my mind now.
I'm gonna leave it then. I'm not gonna show you his picture.
All right, so I'm gonna click on this link. But yeah, Matthew, we would love to record with you, man. And there's a lot of musicians in Fort Worth that credit you as part of their daily or monthly income. Like he's keeping people employed out
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, what's this one? We're gonna
That
play.
one, oh yeah, this is, so our most recent album is kind of a juxtaposition. The first half of it is rock blues, and it's called Smoke and Stardust. So the smoke side's very rock, and the Stardust side's very folky.
Okay.
So we got one from each side. So the rock part is the Catch and Release, and this is probably going to be our next single that goes out to radio here in Texas in the next month or so.
Okay, and where can people find this if they want to?
It's out there on Spotify.
Okay.
Or any of the streaming services.
How about Bandcamp?
Maybe. I put it through DistroKid, so I think they put it on all the things.
I like to promote Bandcamp because they pay out. Spotify, I hope I don't get cooked by the mighty hand of
I know.
the Spotify.
I
but,
know.
They need to go away along with Live Nation and Ticket Hub and all those
and
other.
for some reason, we always are like, go stream this on Spotify. And we really don't. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Well, and I don't make any money off the streams from Spotify, but I direct people to Spotify because it is a solid platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whenever I publish, 10 minutes later, it's on Spotify. Whereas other, Apple Podcast and whatever else, all the dozen plus websites or platforms that we post on, Spotify has it up first. So it's a really good platform. It just sucks that the people making the art don't get paid for it.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem for me.
I feel that in my
Let's play
soul.
this song, and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
This is a cool little rocky blues.
go. Can take the shirt right off my back, don't you know? But don't take my kindness as my weakness, 'cause you'd be wrong. You've been watching me closely, I've been watching you too. But you being nosy, stepping on toes, and that ain't cool. You think your opinion is the only opinion round here. Don't get things twisted, 'cause objects aren't as close as they appear. Soon as you start talking about how I can't live without you, you're a fish out of water, and baby, I catch you. Release. You should watch where you're stepping, tripping over your feet. You can walk where you wanna walk, long as it's not on me. I like to take my time, so take your ego line, throw it someone else's way. I'm awake in my champagne dream, just minding my own, ain't worried about a thing. So why you rocking this boat? It's an easy feeling pace when you don't have a race you need to win. Baby, just swim. Soon as you start talking about how I can't live without you, you're a fish out of water, and baby, I catch him. Release. What you're trying to prove, there's nothing to prove. I've already moved on, I'm already stepping, 'cause baby, I catch it. Release.
I'll do my best to make sure that that sounds up to snuff whenever we release the recording, but you guys need to go check that out. Kendi Jean and the Velvet Smoke Show.
Yep. It's under both, so it'll be under my name, Kendi Jean, or under Velvet Smoke Show as well.
Okay. But check it out there and play it on your system, because this is a podcast. And we're going to do a little bit of live performance here in a minute. I'm trying to scoot through this recording because we have to clear the stage by 7 o'clock for Tommy, Luke, and Dippy Dog. But before we get into what we just listened to, by the way, here at McFly's on Tuesday night, we do two things. We're going to do a drawing. So make sure your name's in that hat. Name, email, phone number in the tumbly thing so that you guys have another chance to win. But we're giving out a cash prize tonight to thank you guys for coming out and spending time with us. We're also, what was the other thing, Andrew? Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Next week. I don't think we're doing it tonight. Actually, you know what? Let's do it tonight, too. And every week that follows, with or without Dan's approval, third drink is on Fort Worth Roots. So if you already got 3 drinks in you, next drink's on us. Thank y'all for coming out. We really do genuinely appreciate it. So third drink on us. But hopefully, Dan, if you're listening, I could use a discount, bro. I could use a little discount on that. So just, anyway. All right, so let's talk about that track a little bit. Kyle, were you in that one for recording?
No, I joined after they did the recording.
Slacker.
So I know. if I could turn back time.
I know. If he could find a way.
You guys sing, I don't, so I just hum it a little bit. Recording studio.
Yeah, we did the first half of the album. The Smoke side is all done at Steel Records. I like to say it's in LA. Sounds cooler than Louisiana, but
I thought you were going to say what's the town just south of LA where everything's actually at? Anyway. New Orleans. Well, the microphone's over here. We got somebody from the studio audience that has some input. Oh, I got to turn you up. Hold on. All right, get after it.
You talking about New Orleans, Andrew? Where Bourbon Street and everything is?
Your knowledge on geography is amazing.
Were you talking about California, or were you talking about
right off Bourbon Street? So
Yeah.
I know all
Get
that
closer to
is.
that microphone.
Oh, sorry,
Robert, you doing all right tonight?
Yeah.
You were the first one to pipe up, so I had to single you out. But we appreciate you being on the audience microphone that we're going to have out here
That's
every
a cool
Tuesday
concept.
at McFly's. Yeah.
It's a little nerve-wracking to us on the podcast, but
Last week, what'd you have, like 3 people? Oh, I said last week, what'd you have, like 3 people, Andrew?
Yeah, well, we had the entire Davis team out here, so I had a lot of victims that owed me something.
I like it.
So,
Wait, how much do I owe you?
you got any questions for Kendi or Kyle?
When you do live, do you just like decide how about a song request for something that you don't normally sing?
Like when we're in a show?
Like Freebird?
You know how a lot of artists, when they go to concert, they're like, oh, let's do this. It's not our song. This is this person's song, and they play it and show how
covers.
they can do it. Yeah, covers, basically.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
we
to
do
do
play
some
those.
covers. Our material would probably last. I mean, we could do a whole original show. That's obviously the goal because we're songwriters. We have 2 albums out, so we really could put on like a 90-minute, which is kind of a typical like full band show for an original set. People do like covers. They like to hear things that they know, and because we're not so well known yet, we don't want people to sit through songs that they've never heard of before for that long. So we mix it up. We do probably 30% original music, 70% covers when we're doing like a 3-hour show. If we're doing a spotlight at a festival or something, we have like a 60-minute show. We're trying to put as many of our original tunes in there as possible. Sure. And then we'll filter in like something that people know, like Neon Moon or something that's like our version of that. But we always put our own sauce on it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, one thing I think you would be good at. You
Yeah.
ever heard the song Black Velvet?
Yeah.
I think you could actually pull that off pretty good.
Yeah,
Your voice
I do that
after-
kind of solo sometimes.
Do you?
I love that song.
You know, after listening to that, I was like, oh, I forget the name of the artist, the one that did the talking about beating up the guy's Jeep and everything, the country artist. I forget her name. It's not Taylor Swift.
Carrie Underwood?
Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
Wasn't a Jeep.
Oh, I got to
was-
give her some homage right now because
I know, right?
what a badass.
Okay.
Can I say that?
However you feel politically, what Carrie Underwood did was
Yeah, no, it had nothing to do with.
unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. Just
The
there was
PA system.
there was no music, there was no backtrack, and she was like, "I'm just gonna sing
I'm just gonna raw
for
dog this.
for America,"
Yeah.
and it was so American.
It was so good.
and it was so perfect.
And I've only seen clips. I didn't watch any of that shit because I just don't
She
care.
nailed
but
it.
What I did see, it wasn't just that the system went down and she had to just raw dog it. She got everybody involved. Like she before she started, she's like, "You all know the words.
Sing
Help
it with
me out."
If you know this,
And-
let's do this. And she just nailed it because she's a professional, and
Could anybody? I don't. And Carrie Underwood is off my radar.
but just not
But
to be a diva about it.
To
Like,
show up and to do that,
Yeah.
who else could have? I don't know who else could have.
I
done
would
that.
hope that anybody in that position would be like, I'm so honored that I need to make this moment not about me.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of artists that
This is
might
my
not do
moment?
th- yeah, that might
This
not
is
do
my
that.
moment.
I mean, we've
Yeah.
seen a lot of Mariah Carey footage and like weird diva footage where people are like, no, my music's not right. And she made like kind of, it was like the undertone, I think, of the whole thing, because it was like we do it, we make
Unity,
it through,
right?
Yeah,
I know.
we just do it, no
And
excuses.
I hate that I'm starting to feel that that unity vibe, and I'm fighting it because I think that all politics are bullshit. But I don't
really talk politics.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either. And I'm just optimistic that
But this is music. We're talking about music.
the division that we've seen
Yeah.
is hopefully we're getting around that.
There's some hope there.
Hopefully.
In there.
I don't know. But Carrie Underwood,
if
good
anything
job.
in the world could do that,
It's music.
It's music.
100%.
it's music.
Maybe smart. Unless, like, Robert would draw some weird stuff, like a raccoon eating a baby, right?
If I could still draw, then yes, I probably would. I used to draw some of the most death metal stuff when I was younger.
There you go.
Are you a band poster drawer?
No.
Oh,
That does sound, that illustration does sound very metal. Yeah.
My brother used to be the artist of the two of us.
Okay.
Okay.
He hasn't drawn since he was probably 26, and he's 41 now. He tries to draw at stick figure drawings now.
Is your name the only one in the hat tonight?
No, there's 4 or 5 of them.
Oh, cool.
is there? Okay.
Cool.
Well,
All right.
I can up the ante and I can give away a free T-shirt as well.
Oh, did y'all hear that? We got a free T-shirt in the mix now.
Get up here.
The kind of magic
Get
you
up
see on
here.
Tuesday nights at McFly's. All right, Robert, we're going to continue. Thank you, sir. Okay, cool. We got one more song that you guys wanted to play. Is it inside?
We
this
can, or
one?
we can do it live. Either way,
You know what? We are running short on
let's
time.
just do it live.
Let's do a live recording. And Kyle, he did some wizardry. He was hot wiring and making
Right
sure
there.
that all the stuff was ready to go so that we could record live. So stay tuned for that. We've got a live performance, and I'll probably do some editing so that any kind of like breaks or whatever you guys
Sure.
have, I can just kind of fade that out. Sure. So, well, damn. I wish we had more time.
I know we kind of like dilly dallied a little bit.
No, that's okay. And 2 hours it's a tight window to do all this. Get
when
the
we start an
sound-
hour late, it
Yeah, well, that's what I'm.
makes it even
but
tighter.
yeah,
We'll just have to come back.
That's right.
We're around. We're not far.
And you know what? Speaking of coming back, February 8th, out at
Hoppin.
Hoppin. Jesus, I went through the whole list of all my sponsors just now.
I saw your eyes going
Searching,
through the
right?
list. Like,
At Hoppin, let's see, on the 8th, and the show starts at, what do we say, 4:30?
it starts at 4:30,
Right.
and it's called the Funky Town Side Saddle Syndicate.
And our goal here, we wanted to have a all-female bill, but like it wasn't going to be like
No boys allowed.
No boys allowed. So
We don't do that. The thing with me, so I've hosted this songwriter series for a long time called Hey Girls, and it's a female songwriter showcase for women in the industry that are songwriters that are working their music. So it's kind of like people who are going to the studio, they're actually doing this as a job. There's tons of talented females out there. A lot of us, unfortunately, aren't putting out original music, so that doesn't fit what I was doing. Not that, I mean, like supporting my other, I call them sisters of song, has always been like something that's near and dear to my heart. So I don't want to compete with the other females in the industry,
Right.
and a lot of us don't. When we see we're a rare breed, and it's just a numbers game. So it's like, oh, you're one of me, and you want to like, just
Lock
like latch
arms
on,
and
lock
let's
arms,
go.
and like
Yeah.
do a hoedown.
well, the pamphlet that I've been putting out with all of our sponsors on it, and it talks about what Fort Worth Roots does, and
Yeah.
you're going to start seeing these around town, folks. But the tagline is "All ships rise with the tide,"
I love that.
and that's honest to God, the mission of Fort Worth Roots, and it sounds like you're embodying that also. Like we just got to help each other get to where we're going, and if we all work together, we can get there a lot quicker.
Absolutely. And all it's not all females. It's a lot of our backing musicians are men that we know and love, and
Guys
some
have
of them-
value.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Sometimes.
To me, it's about celebrating that we never get like it's rare for us females to get to share a stage with each other
Sure.
because it's such a male-dominated industry. But these are also all like the female-led bands. Like all of the females are they're they're steering the ship. They're writing the songs, and then the musicians are backing what they're doing. And so it's going to be a really, really kick-ass show.
It is going to be badass. So check that out. It's going to be February 8th, and we're going to be at Hoppin, and tickets are going to be $20. We're going to do it at the door.
Yep. At the door.
So,
and all of the money goes
that.
straight to the artist. So
Yeah,
it's just
correct.
a little cover charge to pay us. And
Hoppin's not getting a dime off your cover. We're just using it to pay the artist.
Yep.
So come on out, show your support, and be part of the party, man. It's gonna be it's gonna be rad.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. Kyle, are you gonna be there?
Yeah.
Yes.
My
Okay.
whole band's going to be there.
There's gonna be two
September
two
Moon.
boys?
If you haven't seen them
Three.
yet, they're
Three
amazing.
boys.
September Moon, it's Daniel's going to be there. So they're going to do their duo. And then Paul will be there with Carrie. 5 boys.
I love you, Paul Smith. I love you.
They all put up with us, women. 7 women, 5 boys. I mean, men.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. All
I saw
right.
this on NBC once, I think. I think it's called Survivor.
Let people know where they can find your music at.
For sure. It's Kendi Jean Music. So Kendi's with an I on the end. Kendi Jean and the Velvet Smoke Show. We put our music out under both names, under Kendi Jean and under Velvet Smoke Show. And then you can find us. Website's KendiJeanMusic.com. All the handles on socials are Kendi Jean Music. And I try to throw all the ads up for where we're going to be. Well, elusive
You do
sometimes,
a great job at
but
that.
Yeah.
You do a great job at
Thank
that.
you
And
so
I
much.
know how much of a pain it is. It's trying to
time
drink from a
consuming.
fire hose, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot.
It's time consuming. It's not a pain to me. I really do. Like I told you
it's
earlier,
just- it's
like
a lot.
it is a lot. It's a lot on top of everything else. But it's my full time job. So
Tell them before we get out of here how many shows you did last year.
Last year I did 179 shows, but the 2 years prior I did over 200.
And this year you're slotted for 200 plus, aren't you?
I don't know. I don't know. I keep
you're
going
about
back
to
and
be-
forth. I'm being a little bit more selective this year with my solo stuff.
Okay.
Because we put new music out and we're continuing to put new music out as a band, and we're really trying to move more we're more of a regional act now. So I'd rather not just do filler stuff because it kills my voice. Every 3-hour gig I'm singing by myself is
I
just
have
kind
that
of wearing
problem.
my voice out.
Yeah. I get out of the shower and my voice is just gone.
Well, even
How am I gonna get
talking
through the
though,
day?
even talking is a lot.
No, really. When I started podcasting, after about an hour of just doing this,
Yeah.
my voice was it was smoked. And it
Yeah.
actually, my voice has changed over the last 5 years just from the repetitive talking.
Mine's changed for
and
sure.
I never understood that. Like you'd have these artists that would dip out of these big shows because their voice was shot. And I'm thinking,
Well, people
come
don't-
on.
3
That's
hours.
ridiculous.
3 hours if you're solo. If I'm solo and I'm doing a 3-hour show, I have to bring, just to be safe, 45 songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
singing.
yeah.
And then like Saturday, like we'll have a day like Saturday where I had 3 gigs, and like by the end, like I played, my fingers stay like this.
Oh my
And,
God.
like,
So she has wire marks in the tips of her fingers.
because I play acoustic
Wow.
and electric's a little bit easier, but I played for like 8 hours, on a Saturday.
Yeah.
It's like it's more than you think. It's still enjoyable. I'm never going to complain about
Right,
it, but
right, right.
it's it takes its toll.
Damn. Yeah, things you don't think about from the audience standpoint, right? And I like to kind of flirt with the idea that I'm part of the music community, but I don't have any idea about things like that. This is
The
first
performance.
time. That's the first time an artist has turned their hand over and shown me the wire marks.
Yeah,
It's wild.
they're
So
pretty gross.
no, it's not gross. It's not gross. It's just like, damn, you're doing stuff.
pretty
right?
gnarly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of shredded. Yeah.
So, and then on February 8th, when you come out to see Kendi play at Hoppin, she's stepping off the stage at the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, right? Did I get that right?
What?
The Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo? Aren't you playing?
We're playing everywhere. During the stock show and rodeo is like
All over the place.
Oh,
3
okay.
weeks. So I'll
Yeah.
come from, am I coming from?
February 8th. You had something that was stock show related.
I do during the day, and I can't remember.
It's
right
okay.
now.
Don't worry about
I'm
that. But anyway, the point was she's going to be playing, and then immediately, whenever I sent her the invite.
I'm at Tannehill's.
Okay.
In the stockyards.
Okay. So when I sent her the invite to do this thing, I was like, Kendi, I'm looking at your schedule. I see that you have something, but I'd also like to do this. She did not hesitate. She jumped on it immediately. So.
I was like, I like a challenge. Don't tempt me with a good time. And within 2 hours, we had a full show planned.
Yeah.
It was really
excellent.
It was really great, actually.
Kyle, you got anything you want to plug outside of what we've already covered?
Tell them about Tarpley.
No, I'm talking about my wife's school.
Oh, yeah, do that. He's like, no, I need brownie points.
Right.
What's your wife got going on?
She's starting a Montessori school down in Burleson, so it's opening in August of this year.
So you gave
really
her
cool.
you gave her 12 kids and she wants more.
Right? No. Kindred Montessori Academy.
Okay.
So that's
I'm sorry. When does it open its door?
August in 2025.
When does enrollment start?
I'm not sure. Pretty soon. I know that.
Okay. Well, Mom, he tried.
Yeah.
He tried.
Right.
But
Well,
they need,
I tell you
they
what.
need funds. They're trying to get the whole school up and going. They're taking all the popcorn ceilings down. So there's all these puns about asbestos.
Yeah, you can welcome. That was me. I was like, tell them you're trying to clear it as best as you can.
Just to make sure. I mean, it's not that they found asbestos, but it's like
Right,
they're
Tested positive.
It's a
for
joke,
it. That's what
folks.
it is. So it's
Oh,
so
okay.
it did they're
Okay.
covering it up and like because there's like paint, you can do paint stuff with it and where it seals it and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
Arts and crafts with
arts and
asbestos.
crafts. Yeah, we're really just gonna throw some hodgepodge up there and do this. No,
Whatever the regulations call for.
yeah. So
Well, we do a morning show Monday through Thursday. We record it out at Hoppin. And if your wife would ever like to come out and just shout out, the school, what you have going on.
Sure.
It's a great opportunity for business owners, 501cs, and anybody else that's got something to promote.
Yeah.
Just to jump on the mic for a minute and talk about it. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's doing this as a nonprofit, so she's got
Very
the
nice.
501c3.
We're
form
here
and all
for that.
Yeah.
And whenever we say Fort Worth, we're talking as far east as Grand Prairie, north as Denton, south as Burleson, west as Weatherford, maybe Brock. Keep it down
gotcha.
over there, Tommy Luke. Tommy Luke just showed up. All right, let's get some music going.
cool.
All right.
Thank y'all again for doing this.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Can we get y'all on the show again?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You just let me know.
All right, folks, here we go. Let's do some live music.
Cool.
Sweetest words you always used to whisper me. Sweetest promises that you could never keep. If you never said a single one of them, wouldn't be sitting here with these empty hands. Boy, just cry me a river. One I can flow right down to a beach, 'cause Lord, that's the least you can do. 'Cause now you're the fool, ooh, the fool left me. Just like you said that you would never, never do.
I tried.
I know. We did try. It's okay.
Still going to come out good.
All right, you want to do smoking? We got room. What do we have time for? One more? One more? Okay. We're going to rock and roll then. So this is one that was up for Song of the Year. It's kind of a rock and roll song I wrote about if you ever had anybody in your life that was just telling you, like, you're just bad. Like, they're just pointing their finger in your face. They're bound and determined to just make you the villain of their story. And you're like, I don't even know why you think that. You know, you're like, that's not my version of this story. And so eventually you just stop trying to prove yourself right to them and you just realize it's their problem. This is called Smoking Gun. Dust on that dirt road, kinda looked like it was slow. Blurring out your tail eyes, just staring right into my eyes. You're running away back again. You're probably flirting around the city, somewhere between a vice and a habit. You just mad 'cause you can't have it. You just wanna rain on my brain. Rain ain't gonna wash my sins away. Can't save this thing for a rainy day, so throw me down to the devil tonight. I'm a sinner with fire in my eyes. Yes, I'm the only one you come across. Nothing to lose 'cause I already lost. Got a chip on my shoulder, it's true. I'll never be good enough.
song's called Smoking Gun. It's under Kendi Jean and the Velvet Smoke Show. And there's a music video out on YouTube too. It was up for a Josie Award, and yeah.
One more big round of applause for our friends, Kendi.
Big round of applause, and the crowd goes wild. Thank y'all. Tommy, what do you need us to do to help?
All right. Kendi, Kyle, guys, thank y'all so much for coming out. That was a blast. Looking forward to building a community out there on Tuesdays where we can just get together, hang out, have a good-hearted time, and enjoy each other at McFly's Pub. So put that on your schedule if you would. It is really a lot of fun. And that audience microphone, that was a great idea. Surely it wasn't my idea, but we're doing it. It's fun. Come hang out. All right. What are we doing? What are outros for? They're for events. They're for sponsors. Told y'all about the February 14th event coming up. We are going to do the Fort Worth dating show, and we're going all out. This is not going to be put together sloppily. Michelle, she has already made decorations. We're going shopping this weekend to pick out outfits. And we're going to really try to knock this thing out of the park for you guys before we do the dating show, which I believe starts at 7:30 to 8:30 or 7 to 8, something like that. I'll clean up the info portion of this for you next week, but let's just call it 7 to 8. Before that, there's a singles group that's meeting up. So if you're single and looking to mingle, 6 o'clock here at Hoppin, February 14th. But the dating show, that's not just for singles. That's for anybody that just wants to come out and have a good time, because this is the way we're doing this. It's going to be pretty rad. And there should be a healthy group of people here, because the Fort Worth dating group that we've partnered with for this event, that's a strong group. There are a lot of people in there. So we're looking to have a really good turnout. So mark that on your calendars, if you would. Let's talk about these sponsors real quick. Our newest sponsor, Purple Web Consulting. Get them at purplewebconsulting.com. Website design and hosting, e-commerce integration, digital strategy, and consulting. Phone number is 817-629-6069. Making modern business tools accessible to the small business owner so that they can compete with the big dogs. That's our buddy Jeff Zero. He's been telling me for over a year now, at least, that he wanted to be involved with helping support the Fort Worth Roots podcast. And now that he has a business, it just made sense. So he's putting together a new website for Fort Worth Roots, and I've seen it. I don't have a launch date yet, but it looks great, and I'm really excited about it. It's going to have an integrated calendar as well, so that you guys have everything that Fort Worth Roots is doing in one place, and I can direct you to that, and just another step towards getting away from social media. I hate social media. I think y'all know that if you've been listening for a while. All right, Fort Worth Float Company. This is fun. So speaking of how much I hate social media, let me direct you to it now. On our Instagram, we did a video with Fort Worth Float Company, and I'm doing a 30-day ice plunge challenge. The water is 40 degrees. I get down to my skivvies, and I jump in this tub. And I don't like being uncomfortable. I think that's obvious, I'm an American. We don't like being uncomfortable. So there's that. But it's painful, man. And there's supposed to be some really good health benefits as far as circulation and mental toughness. I don't know. But people do it, and it's supposed to be really good for you. So I'm doing a 30-day challenge. There's a video of me just full out acting like a total bitch. And I can't hide it. I can't. You can act as tough as you want, but, man, whenever that water hits certain areas of your body, it's over. Anyway, I'd challenge you to go try this thing out. And after I've done it for 3 days now, and what I did notice yesterday is, like, I'm walking around, my lower half, like I'm a centaur. My lower half feels like a superhero. it's just kind of refreshing for, I guess, your muscles and your bones or whatever. I don't know. I felt like I had robot legs for like 4 hours, like in a good way though. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of health benefits come out of that. I have been struggling with plantar fasciitis lately, which, congratulations, Andrew, you're old now. I got up one morning, I couldn't walk. So I'm hoping that this daily therapy for 30 days might knock that out of the park. Might not be an issue when we get done. We'll see. More research is needed. Fort Worth Float Company, though, is your day filled with... Okay, let me start over. Is your day filled with noise and distractions, overstimulating sounds and activity? Our daily lives have become overwhelmed with tasks and responsibilities, with very few ways to shut off the world for a brief moment. Welcome to Fort Worth Float Company. They specialize in providing sensory deprivation flotation tanks, providing the ultimate relaxation experience, offering various pricing and packages, and 2 different tanks. Fort Worth Float Company meets everyone's floating needs. Okay. Where's the rest? Okay, Andrew, I didn't put their address in here. I think I did this last time we read off the sponsorship list, so I'll get that fixed today. Fort Worth Float Company is located in River Oaks, right down the street from Boulevard Brew. It's in the same shopping center as that 7-Eleven right there at, what is that, Blackstone? Blackstone and River Oaks? Hold on, I'm looking this up real quick. Fort Worth Float Company. Yeah, we're doing this. 5934 River Oaks Boulevard, Fort Worth, Texas. And FW is, hold on, I want to look up their Instagram too. This is crap. I'm so sorry. Come on now. Today's rough. So I'm recording the intro and the outro on Thursday. And if you go back and you listen to Thursday's episode, I'm sounding rough in that too. I don't know what the deal is, dude. I woke up feeling awful this morning. But I'm starting to feel better now. All right, Fort Worth Float. There it is. FW Float Company. And we're working out a package deal that will be just for Fort Worth Roots listeners. And the only way it's going to be a deal that's so good, I'm not going to be allowed to advertise for it. I'm only going to be able to tell you about it at the end of the episode. So it's expensive to keep all the equipment up, the float tanks, the cold plunge, the sauna. And he's got 2 new things now. He's got this disc with LED lights on it. And there's some science involved here, but you close your eyes and it flashes lights at your eyes, and it's supposed to help with like stress and fill in the blank, all the other stuff. He had me try this thing out, and I've never experienced anything like that before, outside of like allegedly drugs. It is a psychedelic experience, and if anybody had told me that without me trying it immediately, I'd have just written it off as bullshit. But it's crazy, and I'll talk more intelligently about that next time, hopefully. But it's a cool piece of equipment. You lay down on this bed, the light goes just over your eyes, you close your eyes, you've got headphones on, and it runs through its little patterns. And it was strong enough that I had to tell him to stop. I was like, I can't take it anymore. It was insane. I didn't even know that was possible. And then after we were done, it took me about 5, maybe 10 minutes before my head started to feel like a normal head. It's just really weird. Anyway, this is a cool place, and you should go check it out. Again, that's FW Float Company on the Instagrams. All right, let's fly through these real quick. Hoppin, you guys hear me talking about this all the time. We film our morning show at Hoppin, which is down the street from Doc's Records, at 2616 Weisenberger Street, Monday through Thursday at the butt crack of dawn. Actually, I'm here before the sun comes up, doing the morning show. I'd really encourage you guys to, consider trying to make that part of your morning routine. We're covering news and events and weather and traffic from the Fort Worth area to get you ready for your day. So anyway, big shout out to Hoppin because they made that possible. And what they're doing is allowing us to create a connecting fiber for the city. If you've got an event, if you've got anything you need to promote, you can call in media at Fort Worth. You can call in and it'll sound like shit, but 817-988-1292, leave a voicemail. If you want it to sound good And trust me, it's like 400% better. Take an audio recording and send that to us, media@fortworthroots.com, and we'll play it on the show. If you're a 501c, if you're a business owner and you're putting on an event, we'll promote that. If you're an artist, a musician, an author, any of that, we will promote everything that you got coming up, coming out, album releases, books, whatever. No cost. We just want to help. So media@fortworthroots.com is the email, and we'll take that audio file and we'll play it on the next episode. Out here at Hoppin, check them out on Instagram, Hoppin FWTX. If you haven't been in here yet, it's one of the newest places in town, and they've got a stage. We don't have a lot of stages left, if you haven't looked lately. They're all disappearing. And even the restaurants, venues, bars that are still making it, they're ripping their stages out. They're saying, no more live music. We are done with this. So, you've been warned. It's here. It's happening. I've been crying about this for years, saying we're going to lose our live music scene. And I am watching them rip stages up out of venues now. So, anyway, Hoppin's got one. And next time you're thinking about where you want to go get a beer, they got Lone Star on tap for $1.85 a pour. So, I don't know, man. I have no idea why we don't have half the city of Fort Worth here every stinking night. It's a really cool place. We had Kendall Eugene on stage last night, and it just an incredible artist. He just left the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. He sang the national anthem, and then right after that, we had him here at Hoppin. Really cool. Shout out to Michael and Holly, doing everything they can to make this place awesome for you guys, trying to support the local music community, supporting one podcast group, and I think another one. I think I heard that the Ball Bag Brothers or something, Ball Sack guys, I think they record out here now too, once a month or something like that. So these guys do support our community, and love that. I wish it mattered more. I wish it mattered more to the public. Let's see here. Hoppin Fort Worth. Yeah. All right. The Davis team. We had them out last Tuesday before last, I guess. And we did the Tuesday McFly's thing, and it was awesome. They brought their whole crew out. And we did the interview with Jordan and just had a really good time doing the cornhole boards in the back and just chatting it up. Loved it. Giving away prizes and doing the audience microphone. So that was cool. And we named that episode See You Next Tuesday. They didn't request it, but they kind of did. You'll have to listen to that episode to hear what I'm talking about. If you got any kind of property questions with no commitment, you can give them a call, 817-755-0504. Absolutely love these people. Great group of cats, and they are very knowledgeable. They've sold 2 homes for me already. YourDavisteam.com is their website. Galaxy Wilderness Disc Golf, dedicated to promoting disc golf to the masses for its health benefits through outdoor therapy, exercise, and camaraderie. Find them on Facebook as Galaxy Wilderness Disc Golf. And they just got a website. I don't have it listed here. I believe it is galaxywildernessdg.com. But if you type in Galaxy Wilderness Disc Golf, it is probably coming up. That's a pretty unique name. And their phone number is 682-228-0399. They bring these disc golf courses out to you wherever you want to put them up. Leave them for the weekend. Come pick them up later. However long you want to keep them. And they also have night baskets with lights on them and the glow-in-the-dark discs. It's a pretty cool setup, man. You want to do something unique and cool? Look no further. The Body Scrubbery, our friend Michelle, who guested on our Thursday morning show, she is heading up that the dating show. Thebodyscrubbery.com is where you can find them out at, 925-808-8222. A boutique and unique spa experience. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. Luxury foot spa, full body scrubs, infrared heat wraps, massage, bubble tub, mud wraps, facials, couple packages, and small group parties. Go online and find the Book Now tab. It is really cool. Michelle's awesome. They know what they're doing. And that little, the Body Scrubbery they're building is just a cool little vibey, cutesy It's like a dungeon, but in a good way. And it's got all the smell good stuffs, and I don't know. It's a vibe. Go check that out. They're over there on Pennsylvania Avenue. Where's the address? What's going on here? It's like all the addresses got deleted. I think I know what happened. I had to minimize this description because I was saving it to YouTube, and you only have so many character options for that. Get all your information, including cool little videos with Michelle, on Instagram at The Body Scrubbery. Boulevard Brew. We just did a book release party out at Boulevard Brew last weekend with Mark Nobles and Darren Houck. Mark Nobles is an accomplished local author, and Mr. Darren Houck is the mayor of River Oaks, and they made a book about River Oaks. And we were invited to go to the VIP night, which I think was on a Friday. That doesn't sound right, but maybe it is. Yeah, I think it was Friday. And then the following evening, they did a book release party at the event center, which is not far. I mean, River Oaks is pretty small, so to say two things happened in River Oaks, they were close. But yeah, it was fun. The book is cool. You can pick that book up at Roofing Solutions by Darren Houck, located at the intersection of Yell and Meandering in River Oaks. Let's see, where else can you get it? I'd be surprised if they didn't have copies at Grump's Burgers. The CVS on the corner at River Oaks Boulevard and Roberts Cutoff usually has some. And I believe you can pick up a copy of the book at Boulevard Brew as well, if they have them in stock. And if not, we can get you a copy. Somebody can get you a copy of this book. I think I paid $25 for it, but it was a special VIP thing, and I got it signed by both authors and blah, 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 blah. So I don't know that that's the actual price, but well worth it. It's got a lot of really great pictures, like old photo albums that they collected from residents of the city of River Oaks, and they've got these photo albums from their grandparents, and it was really interesting just going through the history of that. So anyway, that all went down at Boulevard Brew. They're got great coffee and a rad little space right off River Oaks Boulevard, a cozy little bar scene in the back with a new home for local music. Give these guys a try next time you're needing a coffee or a place to chill. I go there, I hook up to their Wi-Fi, and I spend a lot of time getting work done at that coffee shop. I love it there. It's a great spot. 5406 River Oaks Boulevard, River Oaks. And their phone number is 682-250-2544. If you want to schedule an event, if you had a event with a group of about 30 people, this would be a good spot for that. Boulevard Brew. Let's see here. Eaton Data Solutions. I'm gonna not read the description because I don't feel like it does our buddy Richard Eaton any justice. So Richard has been working his entire adult life for Fortune 500 companies, a very large data protection group that he works for as a career. Well, while he's doing this, he's watching the trends of cyber bullies and theft, and he realizes that small and medium-sized businesses are now getting targeted because they're easier. They're easier to go after than IBM or AT&T or whatever. So these guys are doing it, and they're attacking small business owners now. But Richard realized they don't have the same accessibility to these tools that they were providing for these Fortune 500 companies to protect them from things like this. So he developed Eaton Data Solutions. And you can schedule a consultation with these guys so that they can bring their team in and show you areas of vulnerability in your current system. Find them at EatonDataSolutions.com. And this is something that all of us need to do, is have an expert come in and go, okay, this is how they can get you, regardless of what business, because we're talking about losing all of your records. Anything data related, gone. Access to any of your online accounts, all of them, gone, with no way to recover it. So it's one of those 1 ounce of prevention is worth, 5 gallons of cure. It's a lot easier to get ahead of it before it happens. Roofing Solutions by Darren Houck. They can help you with your residential and commercial roofing needs. Locally owned and operated, insured, and experienced to carry out most roofing projects. Roofing Solutions will work with you and your insurance company to get your roof replaced properly. They offer free consultations to help you understand all the products that may have entered the marketplace since your last roof purchase. such as impact-resistant composition shingles, energy-efficient roof systems, metal, tile, and slate options. RoofingSolutionsHauk.com. Phone number is 817-882-6520. By the way, guys, you can find all of this information in our show notes. McFly's Pub, 61024 LTJG Barnett Road. That's a crazy address, right? Well, don't worry about it. Just pull up your map, whatever it is, Google Map, Apple, and type in McFly's Pub. It'll take you right there. There is nothing like this, so it's easy to find. It's a 1980s Back to the Future themed bar. They've got this huge gas, propane, whatever, fire pit in the back, cornhole boards, and all sorts of like yard stuff. Plenty of seating. And they have 2 stages. They've got one really good sized one outside and then a smaller one inside. This is a great place to hang out. And I would love to see you come out for one of our Tuesday. We need to come up with a name for this too, because I always struggle. I get to that part and I'm like, what do we call that thing? But we have an audience microphone set up so that you guys can talk to the person that we're interviewing. It's a lot of musicians, and it's going to be a lot of other interesting people from around town. Album release parties. If you're a musician and you want to do an album release party, we just ask that you bring out 15, 20 of your friends so that we can justify our marketing budget. Because if we can take care of that, then we can offer people, hey, we'll buy your 3rd drink, or maybe we run down the street and get you some pizza or whatever. But yeah, you want to throw a party, we want to make it cool, and we're going to do a podcast so that we can kind of commemorate that event. You'll have access to the stage, and we'll do everything we can to make it a special night for you. So hit me up, media@fortworthroots.com. McFly's Pub is the shit. And thank you, Dan. Thank you, Whit. Thank you, Garrett. Thank you, Jacob, Karen. Thank you, guys, for what you do out there, because McFly's is a special little place. We almost lost it. It was one of the ones on the chopping block. And Dan and that crew really turned that place around. So rooting for them, excited to be part of that family, and grateful. Grateful for all of our sponsors, because we can't do this without them. And if you have a small business, you know what? If you got a giant business, it doesn't matter. We do ask that you're locally owned, that you have a great reputation with the community, and that you give us a chance to use your products before we say, yes, it's a good idea to shop with these people. But we're here to support you. We have packages starting off at $39 a month to get listed on our website, and then packages kind of go up from there. We are looking for spots to do the morning show. We would love to bring the morning show to your location early as shit in the morning, and do that to kind of highlight your business. And if we're doing the morning show from your location, you get priority as far as who you want to be the guest that day. We can always fill in the blanks and bring our own guest, but let's say, just for an example, for no reason at all, let's say you're Fort Worth Camera, and you've got Fort Worth Roots doing an episode at your shop. You bring me in, you want some guy that's an expert in a certain type of camera to kind of talk about the new hot thing and give us info on that. We can do that because it's your kind of morning show at that point. So you get a lot of input there. We'll still do our morning show the way we do it, but we give you the option to kind of steer the conversation with a co-host of your choice. So anyway, just fun stuff we're doing here, folks. If you ever have any kind of input for me, advice, whatever, we just want to connect with you. And if it's easiest for you to call us and leave a voicemail, might sound like dog shit, but that's okay. 817-988-1292. If you want it to come out sounding buttery, sexy, smooth, send me an audio file at media@fortworthroots.com, and we can play that on the episode. That's the way to do it, man. I've got that hotline specifically so that you can call in and leave a voicemail, but the difference is night and day between the audio clip that you email and a voicemail. So you've been warned. Let's see. This is coming out Friday. We're going to start doing these on Friday. We had a very aggravated listener call me, or no, this was text. And the first thing he said was, listen, you missed a bunch of important news stories. I didn't even rebuttal because he already knows. He's got the option to call me, leave a voicemail, or do the email thing with the audio recording. So I can't get all these stories. I don't have a team. It's one guy putting on 5 episodes a week. So Christ almighty, help me, would you? Just send in your audio recording and we'll call it good. So sorry about that. We're not going to catch every story. We're just not. And I have actually contacted all the venues around town and told them that they have the option, if they would, to just call in and tell us what they got going on over the weekend. And every single one of them, if they'll talk to me, a lot of them just ghost me and don't say anything back. But every single one that I did talk to is like, oh, man, that's a great idea. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, well, absolutely. And, hear from them. So the vision here is to connect the community. So if I could get your help doing that, that would be sweet. Yeah, so you can leave the voicemail, but the other one's better. Okay, I was going off on a tangent there, and I feel like it was supposed to be headed in a different direction. I'm going to go get some sleep. That's what I'm going to do. Comedy show here at Hoppin is no longer on Wednesday nights. We do have one coming up this Friday, so today, as you're listening to this episode, tonight at Hoppin, we've got a comedy show with Caliente. I think it's called Caliente Comedy, and they're going to be here from 8 to 9, and that's going to be fun. But the Wednesday night comedy show is no more. I don't know that we'll try to bring that back. We certainly would be interested in talking to a comedian that might be interested in running the stage for us to receive a 20% split from the bar tab 30 minutes before your block of time starts and 30 minutes after, and everything in between. Get a 20% cut of the bar tab for that night. If you're a comedian and you'd like to fill this stage any night of the week, just let us know. You can contact me or Hoppin. I'm easier to get a hold of. Emails media@fortworthroots.com. I've repeated myself a lot. I know I sound like shit. I'm sorry. I'm going to go get some sleep now. Yeah. But thank y'all for listening to this episode. Kendi Jean and Kyle Ross. I don't know, man. I don't know why that was difficult, but it was. But I got it, and we're great friends now. I can't wait to see you guys again, and I'd love to do more work with you, whatever that means. You seem like good people. February 8th, Kendi Jean, the Velvet Smoke Show, will be out here at Hoppin at February 8th at 4:30, and it's going to be rad. It's going to be really rad. So tickets are at the door. It's $20 at the door, and it goes straight to the artist. Nobody's getting a penny of that but the bands that are playing. So, all right, folks, thank y'all for muddling through this with me, and I'm going to bring that energy next week. I'm going to really punch it up a notch. I'm half brain dead right now, though. Okay, well, y'all have a good weekend. Don't forget, this Saturday, we've got the Bite Bazaar out here at Hoppin. It's going to be a bunch of food trucks, and really incredible ones, by the way. Get your food, and then you come back across the street from the parking lot, sit down here at Hoppin, eat your food. Doesn't matter if you make a purchase or not. These tables and chairs are all here for you. All right, folks. We will see you on Monday's morning episode, and you have a good weekend. I'll talk to you. See you later. Bye.